Hello and welcome to MGP608. I'm Kevin. With me as ever, the Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Where did the end of your voice go then, Kevin?
I was just about to say I fell down a well as I was doing the intro.
Yeah.
I was like, there was no S on the end of that girl.
I moved away from the microphone to really emphasise that I was falling down a well, and I wanted to see how well the microphone picked it up, and it turns out quite well. So good work, microphone. How are we all on this fine week anyway? Is anyone else trapped in a well at the moment, or is it just me?
I feel like I am. It's very hot in here.
Hot?
It's warm
Is it?
today.
It's only 21 degrees, you coward.
Yeah, my son was jumping around in here with his VR headset like 5 minutes before the show.
Oh, you should have. If he's wearing a VR headset, you could put him in the attic, the garden, anywhere.
I know he doesn't listen. I keep telling him.
Don't let him be involved. Just move him. If he's got a headset on, just move him. He won't know.
But it'll be noisy, Kevin.
I'd stick him in the garden. Do you still have neighbours who play music? Stick him out there doing it.
Yeah,
they'll love that. But yeah, are we all delight? Are we all delightful?
Are we all delight? Are we all lost the ability to speak? I feel like my brain's just stunted today.
Yeah, we don't seem to be buzzing and excited for another exciting podcast. I'm down a well, and you lot don't seem bothered about it. I'm fuming.
We're waiting for waiting for some sort of dog to come and tell us, what's that, Lassie? Kev stuck down the well again.
Do you reckon Lassie's still alive? Was there only one
What?
Lassie, or was there multiple
I
Lassies?
thought they got through like 15, didn't they?
There was loads of them.
Is there a current Lassie? Does it?
I think at the end of every episode of Lassie, they just threw that dog into a furnace and got another one out of a packaging.
Don't say that.
Is it the same procedure as with Doctor Who?
It should be, shouldn't it?
Do they cast a new Lassie?
Tune? It should be like, oh, just dogs howling the theme tune.
I don't think I've ever seen Lassie. Is it a film or a TV show?
Both, I think.
Yeah.
Interesting. And was it in the same universe as Flipper?
Probably.
I feel like the only episode of Lassie I've ever seen was a Flipper crossover, and I think they were both in it.
If I remember rightly, I feel like Flipper solved more, like high-level organized crime, whereas Lassie solved like street-level, day-to-day issues of like kids and old people and stuff.
I can't see any evidence of Flipper and Lassie ever being in the same episode.
Really?
I'm on Reddit. Someone's brought Skippy the bush kangaroo into the conversation.
Do you know what?
Goodness me.
I did think to myself, Skippy's more like, just crime off the beaten track. It's like small town crime, isn't it? It's like that kangaroo just solved stuff that was like rednecks just getting up to no good. But Flipper, no, they were really heavily involved.
Flipper only ran for 3 years, from 1964 to 1967. This is another Postman Pat scenario. They only made like 3 episodes.
Got to remember, throwing a dolphin into the furnace, you're going to get through a lot of dolphins over the course of 3 seasons, replacing them every episode like that.
I mean, I guess if they are using disposable dolphins, I'm trying to see how many episodes they made in 3 years. Probably about 800.
It would be the same dolphin.
Did you ever hear them, their voices, they all sound different.
I don't remember. It's like 30 years ago, maybe even longer.
I mean, what you're making me think here is we need to bring one of them back and then have that film end with like a zookeeper just being like, I'm putting together a team.
88 episodes of Flipper in 3 years. That is impressive work.
By the end of that, I mean, you could have a man called Noah being like, I'm putting together an arc.
Yeah, that would be good.
Build an arc and then go.
When do these characters come out of copyright?
Can't be long, can it?
We might have to do a Talking Animals cinematic universe, because I saw on Twitter today that apparently the latest thing on TikTok is AI animals vlogging. It's taking over TikTok. There was a kangaroo holding his camera out in front of him, having a chat to camera. There was some gorillas doing like a challenge video. So there's now full on 10 years ago style vlogs done by talking AI animals. So we might have to see if we can get this Flipper, Lassie, Skippy team together.
Are there any more?
There was Black Beauty as well, wasn't there? What did she do?
I thought she was
Horse
just
stuff.
horsing around. Yeah.
Okay,
Did Black Beauty solve crime?
I don't know.
What was
I just
the
remember it being on.
what was the dog? There was a dog.
There's Lassie.
Um,
There was
No,
Wishbone.
there's another Wishbone. There you go. That's what I
Oh
was thinking.
yeah, Wishbone. What about I've forgotten the name of the film. I just remember Right Turn Clyde, where he just punches him through the
Right,
window.
I found
Yeah, it's the
I
orangutan,
found a
wasn't it?
whole website dedicated to animals that solve murders. So there's definitely scope for this. It seems to be
coming
quite
together.
the thing. Not just crimes. These are ones that solve murders. There's loads of them.
I mean,
So I
if
think
we
we're
had,
good.
a wisecracking parrot, it's just a comedic outlet there, isn't it? It's sorted.
Apparently, there is one called Hera the parrot, who is a murder-solving parrot.
That wisecracks.
I imagine so. There's a wisecracking cockatoo. We could probably amalgamate them. No one's going to know. These are from the 70s. We can mush these characters together.
70s, goodness.
You've
me.
had
There's
a
a duck.
cockatoo at your pub.
There's a duck that's just called Pet Duck who solves murders. Apparently,
How on earth is that going to solve murders? Just I draw the
in
line
North
there.
Carolina,
guys.
a pet duck led police to the decomposed body of a missing 92-year-old grandma. I think this is a real-life true crime pet duck that solves murders.
What did she
Wow.
just have, like a bag of frozen peas in a pocket or something, and the duck was just like, "Wah, wah."
No, apparently the duck ran underneath a trailer. The trailer was parked at 11 Beady-Eyed Lane in North Carolina. And they were chasing after this duck and found a container with a body stuffed inside.
Why were they chasing the duck?
That isn't addressed in the article. That probably is the most pressing question of all. Why were they chasing the duck in the first place? But they were, and it wasn't that this terrified duck just went and hid under a trailer. It was obviously it enticed them into chasing them so that he could lead them to the body. Good work, pet duck.
I guess it would have had access to breadcrumbs, right? So it might have just like left a trail.
Sergeant Walker of the Buncombe, literally Buncombe County Sheriff. He is the Buncombe County Sheriff, Sergeant Walker. If I could give that duck a medal, I would. That's the quote from Sergeant Walker.
God.
Everyone's like, you really could. You just put a medal on a duck, mate. Like, who's stopping you?
That's probably why he's running away. The man's trying to stick a needle into him. But yeah, there we go. Lots of. I mean, we should edit all this out so that we can make a movie. Because I feel like other people could steal our idea now.
But when they
That
do,
was-
we have a.
That was a live brainstorming session.
This is how so many projects get going. But
Yeah,
we had
if this was
timestamp there.
if it was still 2011, give it 3 weeks and we'd have a series of books about this ready to roll.
I mean, I have a book.
Screenplay written.
I have a book on Amazon this very week, this very day, in fact, that's about a cat and a mouse.
Does they
Fighting a
solve
dog.
murder?
No, they
Seem relevant then.
well they definitely get in lots of fights. Don't want
Do
to
they
do
harm
spoilers.
or do they resolve them? Are they aggressive animals?
Depends on your perspective,
Yeah,
really.
it sounds aggressive.
I'm the perspective of a mild-mannered human just going about his business. Am I going to get attacked by your critters?
From a perspective of the dogs going about their daily lives, there's a lot of people that get attacked by them. But yeah, it's all about perspective, really.
Interesting.
I'll get Pab to put a link in the episode bio.
I mean, some might mention the name of said book at this point.
I know,
as it is
but
an
it's not
audio
gonna-
podcast.
It's not going to help them because I've called it Nyaegling, which is like Beowulf's sword Nyaegling, but with a Y after the N. And I realised as I was getting ready to say it that I don't know how I could explain it other than what I just did. But Nyaegling, yeah, it's about a cat girl getting her sword back, basically. But I didn't intend for this to be a segue when I started talking. It just came out, and yeah, I just got it on Amazon. I got the email like 20 minutes ago saying, yeah, it's on there. Weirdly, I don't know if they ever did this for you when you put our old books on back in the day, but they were like, what's your intention with this? Is it going to be a series? How many books are you planning on releasing? What's the story? And I just replied, like, well, this is book 1. I don't know. Like, put it online, please. Stop asking me questions about
I mean,
You
it
don't need
was
to
the
know.
Wild West when we were on there before. I don't know if you still have to design the pages yourself and tell them where they want the page number on it and all sorts. It was proper, like, done in Word and then upload a PDF and tape it all together on the other end. I don't think they had any thoughts about intentions or actually selling any of them. These were the old days.
Yeah, we're selling the hard copy and everything on, I think Etsy and Itch, but Amazon was just a bit of a frustrating, greedy mess. But with the digital version, it's on there. I moan about it offline to you because it was ridiculous putting it online with
Oh,
them.
good. I look forward to it.
You'll enjoy it. But yeah, no, I know people prefer to shop where they know stuff, and you can get the Kindle edition on Amazon. It's right there. Just go type in Nyaegling, try and spell that. Go on. You can also
I
just
just
search
did.
for me.
I got it right first time. I'm looking at it now on Amazon. I literally spelt it right first time because I'm just a genius.
I wouldn't know how to spell it.
I've had to update my author page, and it has updated now. Okay, when I looked earlier, it still had that I was a 28-year-old man who met his wife at a Buffy convention and all this stuff, and I was just like,
That's true.
It is true, but I'm not 28 anymore, believe it or not.
Oh, can we get some of this trash from our past off of here? Why is this still on Amazon? What
I
on
know,
earth?
I know. I just
How do you remove this from the internet?
I think you have the login, so I just
Move
left
it,
it at
Kevin.
that.
That was part of you.
Yeah, a really bad part from a long time ago. That
Oh,
just
it was lovely.
the
It was
reviews for Best
fine.
Thing From Volume 1. We've got 295 of them now. We have dropped down to a 3.7. I haven't read these in 10 years. There's a lot of 1 stars. Oh my word, these go back over 10 years of 1 star reviews.
Freedom.
People are horrible. Even free, it isn't worth reading. Did absolutely nothing for me. Labored and stolid. I did not laugh out loud. Didn't find anything amusing in this book. However, I appreciate the concept. Not obviously funny enough, though.
I love this.
People are
I don't find this
monsters.
book funny. It says it's the best bits from Tagore podcasts. I hope Tagore podcasts have more enthusiasm in them. It's just very weirdly spelt that.
Yeah. So don't buy that, boys and girls. I can't believe it's still available. It is apparently still in stock on Amazon. You can actually order now and it'll be here by Father's Day. That doesn't help those of you who are listening on Saturday, because I imagine it won't be here by Father's Day if you order now on Saturday. But for us recording on Wednesday, we could order copies of the Best Thing From books right now and they still exist. I need to find a way to get these gone off the internet.
I could do with you going online and discovering that we've got about like 12 grand's worth of book sales there that you didn't know.
If we've got 295 reviews, we've done all right. I mean, how many copies must we have sold? Are we giving this away for free at some point? Or have people actually bought that? I don't know where the money is.
Mate, someone asked me how much we made out of them, and I said, I'm pretty sure I never got any money from any of these books.
I don't know that I haven't got any money. I'm very confused.
I was like, I'm pretty sure.
Was there ever any money?
Well, I know we made money, and then a French guy scammed us out of it.
That happens all the time. That's
it's
just a
doesn't narrow it down much.
Story.
Yeah. I got a feeling that's basically what happened.
It's always a different French guy.
Yeah,
it's our weakness. It's our blind spot. We have a collective blind spot for French guys.
We do. But I would recommend checking it out, and then I mentioned them on my thing in brackets because I thought, well, they are linked, so I should probably just reference them. But then, yeah, I was going to say to you, do you want to get them off the internet at some point?
Would love to know how. I absolutely don't. Interestingly, as well, Amazon have currently got 38% off the Lazy Students Revision Guide. I don't remember giving them permission for that, but it's a massive discount on that at the moment. If you want that, boys and girls, it's better reviewed than Best Thing From. So now we can see who the weak link was there. Interesting.
You swine. But yeah, no, I mean, I didn't mean to turn this into a whole Amazon book advertising session.
Yeah, I mean, I've got other stuff to sell. If we can link to my eBay as well, I've got loads of Pokemon cards and things on there. I could do with a new speedboat. Pabby, get all the links down there. There's a good boy. In fact, talking of Pabby,
we have links for Lego as well.
That is true. Yeah, our actual jobs. I remember now. Yes, buy your Lego at blockpartyuk.shop, everybody. Pabby, I've got a bone to pick with you. Do you recall?
Okay.
Merely a week ago, a new games console released, and we talked about it at length on this very podcast.
I do.
And you did not tell me there was a Kevin game as part of the launch lineup. I had to find it myself. Luckily,
what do you mean?
I did. I bought a game that's not Mario Kart. I've got over 15 hours of playtime over the last few days in Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, which I purchased purely because it was one of the half dozen or so games that actually come on the cartridge, and I felt like I should support those kind of behaviors. So I purchased it, not really knowing even what it was, other than the game was on the cartridge. I plugged it into the
What?
machine. It then did like a 16 gig download. So if the game's on the cartridge, I don't know what I was downloading for 3 hours. But I've got it, and it's awesome. It's basically a cross between Persona and Disney Dreamlight Valley. The in-between bits, where you're in a school in Persona, you are basically in a village where you're running a farm and chopping down trees and flirting with the locals and chasing horses through the meadows and doing all of your Disney Dreamlight Valley stuff, apart from hanging out with Donald Duck. He's not in it, unfortunately. Not yet, anyway. But if you take the Disney stuff out of the Disney game and you just have the Dreamlight Valley, that's where 50% of this game takes place. And the other 50% is going around killing monsters and hunting bad guys and doing all kinds of shenanigans like that. We've got a calendar, we've got a day-night cycle, we've got all of the things I like in my JRPGs. You know, I'm a JRPG guy these days. It's not even turn-based, but luckily it's basically one button. I can just jam the X button and hit people with a sword or fire my sharp sticks at people. And you've got a little party that you hang around with. There's a buxom goddess in it. That's how she's actually described. And yeah, it's a jolly good game. I'm very much enjoying it. I've got my little farm on the go. I'm growing my rice, and I've got a little soy sauce factory running next to it as well, so I can make myself my little sushi snacks that I can eat while I'm out and about. I'm currently, as I turned it off just now, I was chasing a horse up a hill because I'm trying to get him to come back and live in the barn with Angus the cow, who provides me with all my milk, which I use to make my butter and my cheese for my other snacks. I've got a chicken in there as well. I've got a pig who somehow, the pig that lives in the barn with Angus, and by the way, the name automatically named the cow Angus, and it named the chicken Nugget. So I've got a chicken called
Wow.
Nugget, a cow called Angus, and a pig who every morning produces bacon for me, and I don't know how.
Oh.
I don't know
How
where
does
he's getting.
that
I
work?
don't know where he's getting the bacon from. Right? I assume he's sat there in the barn with a potato peeler and just taking slices of himself off or something. But I get bacon off of this guy every day. Delicious. And
Hey,
yeah, I'm
where's
just.
it from?
It must
Is
be
it back-
from.
Like bacon or?
It just says bacon. I mix it in with my rice and my soy sauce, and I've just built a vinegar factory as well, so I can add some sour to my
What
recipes.
What if he's got like leprosy and he's just giving you all of his leprosiness?
Everyone's eating it. It's not just me. I'm giving it to all my villagers. I had a lazy villager. I gave him the boot. He's not welcome anymore. So I've got my whole little village economy going, and then every now and again I can just go out and do a dungeon or attack a monster. It's glorious. What a game. Apparently, it's part of a long-running series called Rune Factory that I know nothing about. It's one of those games that I absolutely would not have even bothered trying if it wasn't for the fact that it was a launch game and it just happened to be there. I'm looking on the Wikipedia game now. Apparently, it's a spin-off of a spin-off. So it's a spin-off of Story of Seasons, which in turn is a spin-off of Harvest Moon.
Okay.
So its origin is in Harvest Moon. And
No. Let me stop.
Go on.
So, Harvest Moon was the original. Story of Seasons was, I think, if I remember rightly, Story of Seasons was basically the original developers separated from the publisher. So the publisher kept Harvest Moon, but the actual gameplay and everything went with Story of Seasons. I think that sounds right.
Sounds like what I just described, Pab. A spin-off of a spin-off.
Well,
This is spun off of
spiritual
Story of
successors.
Seasons. Yeah, okay, I'll allow that. But yeah, that's where the farming element stuff of it comes from. I never played Harvest Moon or anything though, so I imagine I'd quite like it. There's a new Story of Seasons game coming in a month as well, so I've already pre-ordered that off the back of enjoying this. So yeah, I'm all in on this thing. It's great. I'm just very upset with you for not telling me it existed, Pabby.
Can you look up the Wikipedia for Stardew Valley?
Why?
Because I'm fairly certain the influences is going to be Story of Seasons or Harvest Moon.
I like Stardew Valley.
like, how have you not
Inspired
got to
by
this?
Story of Seasons, it says on there.
Yeah.
So hold on, let me click on Story of Seasons because I've also never heard of this.
Yeah.
Story of Seasons, known in Japan as Bokujo Monogatari and formerly known as Harvest Moon, is an agricultural farming life simulation. That sounds right up my street. I mean, I thought I had one bone to pick with you. It turns out you've been lying to me since the 9th of August, 1996. For goodness sake, Tabby, I've got all
Wait.
this to go back through.
When was?
That was when Harvest Moon was released.
I would kind of step away from. I mean, original Harvest Moon you could probably look at. I mean, I think what's that?
I'll get it on my little retro handheld. Yeah, Super Nintendo.
But I mean, there comes a point where they continue to make Harvest Moon.
Angus the cow's on the cover. I recognise him. He's not changed in 30 years.
There you go. But yes, Harvest Moon has continued to come out, but it's not. It comes out sort of in tandem with Story of Seasons, like as a competitive, like trying to confuse people basically.
Sounds like you know a lot about this for someone who's never mentioned it to me, even though it's absolutely something I would enjoy. You're a monster.
It's something I just kind of hear in passing. I don't really have any interest in it, so it's not. This is the problem. You see, you expect me to keep tabs on everything for you.
Yes, I do.
Whereas I tend to just keep tabs on everything that I like, and then I'll bring it to your attention. I think you will like it as well.
Yeah, that's where you're going wrong. You need to refocus that on make me the main focus of it, the main purpose of it. And then if you want to get involved in some of the things you find for me, that's okay too. But yeah, you've got your focus all wrong.
I'll tell you what, right? I'll tell you what. The fact of the matter is that I suggest things quite a lot to you. You just don't see me doing it.
Well, that
How help is that?
I
what
do
are you
it
doing?
quite
Putting
a
it
lot.
on like a
if you're
banner
whispering it in your
Manchester.
bathroom at home, that's no
No.
use to me, Pavy.
Whispering it to your
I
pet
post
dog
it in a Discord chat.
Discord chat.
for a different
I post it in
group.
the Discord chat. I just put it in there mainly so I see it like when we come to record,
have a
for example.
Discord chat.
Yeah, general chat is in the Discord.
What the hell's Islands and Trains? That's in here.
Yeah, that's
That looks like something I'd enjoy.
Yeah. There you go.
So you've kept that to yourself since the 29th of May.
It's because I post it and then I just post other things, or Craig comes in and starts filling up the chat, so I lose it and then it's just gone.
There's loads of games in here.
I will add, Pab, you on the 31st of May told Kev about that Sega Football Club Champions game, and then I think you realised he was never going to see it, and you put it in the WhatsApp group. So
No,
what does that tell you?
I posted that the same day, I think. I posted it in there for a reason, whether I wanted it for a link or something. Or I put it in there. I can't remember why I had to put it in there, but I put it in our group chat first. So there you go.
Well, there we go.
Find me another game.
I can highly recommend it. It's good. It's Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma. I'm enjoying it very much. And now I'm really looking forward to this Story of Seasons game that's coming out as well. I'm very much enjoying my Switch too. All of this means I've only played 3 hours of Mario Kart. I played it that first night after we finished last week's podcast. I played it all night. Did all of the single player races the way you do to unlock as much as I could. Took the cartridge out. Haven't touched it since because the next day this arrived. As did Cyberpunk, by the way, which I also haven't taken out of the box yet, but I have bought Cyberpunk again because I've got a problem. So I will be playing Cyberpunk because it's this generation's Diablo and Skyrim, and I'm just going to keep playing it.
Hold on. You don't replay games, so you're just
No, I'm still playing the same save. No, I'm still playing the same save that I started on PlayStation, continued on Steam Deck, and now I'm finally going to finish Phantom Liberty on the Switch too, because it can move the save across all of them.
You won't.
I mean, I did taking it from the PlayStation to the Steam Deck.
But you
Plus, it's also a game that's on cartridge, and I'm supporting that kind of behavior. I'm a cartridge guy these days. You know me. I've always been a proponent of physical media. Love it, me. So yeah, I've got 3 physical games on cartridge of the 5 that exist, I think.
Yeah,
the only 2 I don't have are the 2 Zelda ones because I'm not interested in them because they've got that weeby little green guy in.
I look forward to you putting Cyberpunk in and having to do another 25 gig install as well as that as well. We'll see.
Well, I need to do that before we go away next week. In fact, that reminds me, we're away next week, so we might have to not be on the podcast unless you want to come with us. That's officially us giving you notice. Me and Anna won't be here next week, boys and girls. You can have a week off. You don't have to listen. Come back in 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying it. So more things like that, please, and actually suggest them to me properly. Don't just post them on Discord when no one's going to see them. You monster. I feel like there's a whole history I can go back through.
Okay, I'll see what
There's
I can
multiple
do.
games in this Rune Factory series.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know much about them.
This is a spin-off of a sequel of a sequel of a sequel. There's Rune Factory 1 to 5. This is none of them. And this is Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma, which is the third spin-off from, oh my word. This is like when I first discovered Persona and realized how much was there. This could be the rest of my decade going back through this series and everything attached to it, Pubby. This is what you've done by not mentioning this to me back in the 90s.
It's just really not in my wheelhouse, so I don't really pay attention to it. I only hear it kind of tangentially through other podcasts. And
well, you shouldn't be listening to other podcasts. That's naughty, straight away. No one else do what Pab does. No other podcasts allowed. Just listen to this one. The other ones will lead you astray. They lie to you. All of them, they lie.
They do, and they don't pitch you cinematic universes for 20 minutes and books and other stuff.
They just talk about games straight away from the start, probably. I wouldn't know. I doubt they do. Kind of boring podcast would that be?
I know. And you could get all that information by just going to some game website like I did 20 minutes before the episode.
I don't understand how this series is still going when the last spin-off before this one only sold 86,000 copies. You really don't have to sell a lot of games to keep a JRPG going, do you? Rune Factory 5 is their biggest selling one ever, and it's only sold 500,000 units. That's bonkers. How is this still going after 20 years?
Huh.
I would just charge a lot of money. 12 grand a copy.
Yeah. But there you go. I'm in the top 500,000 people in the world, confirmed.
Yeah, obviously someone's playing it, or they won't keep making
Me
it.
now.
You now, yeah.
Exactly. That's it, boys and girls. That's what I've been doing. I've been very much enjoying my Switch too. By the way, battery life is absolute trash, isn't it, boys and girls? Oh my word.
I believe there's a way you can stop that from
plugging
happening.
it in.
Well, no. Apparently, it has a weird thing where it tries to emulate. Is it HDR? Is that what it's called?
Oh, I have seen this
on games that don't have HDR. And so if you turn that off because it's not doing anything and it won't help make the games look good or whatever, it just sort of, massively increases the battery life.
Interesting.
That's the only tip I have off that. There was a whole load of other stuff where people were saying, oh, I tried this and it worked. So
I saw one that said you have to let the battery run down to empty and then charge it back up again and then it'll be fine when you've done that. And I'm like, there is no circumstance where I'm letting the battery go down to 0. I'd rather just have a battery that didn't work than have it ever reach 0. I'm fairly confident when it hits 0, it melts, it blows up.
There's a setting in there which is only charge it to 90%.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. I like
it suggests you do that to prolong battery life, apparently. So I turned that on.
The OLED one will be out in 2 years. I don't need to prolong it that long.
Also, he's going to hammer it for 2 years.
Yeah.
There's also a known thing on Switches right now, which everybody has. Nintendo have posted a fix where it pretty much tells you there is 1% battery life. You can run it down to 1% battery life, and it will tell you there is 1% battery life. But you could play it for up to another hour on that 1%. There is a fix for it.
The Switch does that though.
I mean, that's something I would never find out about. As if I'd get anywhere near 1%.
It's a bug where it is incorrectly telling you how much battery is left on your Switch. And basically you have to just put it into recovery mode. You put it into recovery mode, reset the console, and you're good. So I did it this afternoon. Works. I assume it works fine. I've never seen it, but I did the thing anyway to fix for it because it's just holding some buttons together, and there you go. So
I'll bring mine up and you can do it.
Have a look it up. It's a Nintendo fix, official Nintendo fix to fix this issue. I imagine newer consoles this won't be an issue. But obviously the launch lot all have this issue, apparently. There you go.
I'm investigating now.
Yeah, it's not a massive thing. Like I say, the article that I read said 90% of people won't even notice this as a thing because it won't ever like get to that
I
situation.
mean, yeah, I'm never getting down to 1%.
No,
so
I'm
I
not.
probably
But
don't
I'm
even need to worry about this.
doing the fix anyway, just because it is just a case of simply just turning it off and on again, effectively. So yeah, there you go. And I did hear a thing about Sheepdog. What Sheepdog was saying earlier on as well about the HDR stuff, because I think what it was doing, Sheepdog, I think it's set to automatic HDR or something like that, which pretty much
it does
turns
it no matter what the game is.
it turns HDR on even if the HDR, even if you're playing a game that isn't supporting HDR. So it makes games. Does it make games behave strangely or something like that, or affects performance, stuff like that, because it's trying to do something that the game doesn't know what to do with it, or if it's affecting the colors in it, because HDR is obviously brightness settings, so it's making the games be weird. But yeah, so you can just turn that off as well in the settings. Done a few settings, things like that this week. A few little things that keep
What a
popping
little
up.
tinkerer you are, eh?
Well,
A
it's
little
only in the
tinkerer.
settings, just like things that you go, oh, I should do that, and I will. So I did the battery thing to 90%, HDR thing, and I did the hotfix for the battery error today. There you go. Anyway, Kev, back to you.
I'm done. That's me. I've just been switching my
Been
eyeballs
switching?
up.
I also have been switching, and I said your balls off then, but I thought, no, that's inappropriate. I said it anyway, but a different way. I've been playing Mario Kart World like a fox, very much enjoying that with the family. That
Your
is a great
family?
little game. With my family, yep.
Just checking.
They are too good at it for my liking, if I'm honest. I am not very good at it. I'm okay, but like, I don't know. Excuse me, I hadn't spoken for a while before I spoke there. I needed to come through. I am kind of thrown by the fact you can't like sit and adapt the cars a little bit to your liking, like in the last Mario Kart. It throws me that like you just kind of get it and you get what you're given. And weirdly, many of the cars are identical. So we unlocked a new car. So, oh, brilliant. Hopefully this one will have a different kind of setup that suits me well. I want one with a bit more handling because I'm a bit of a maniac on the old corners. And it was just identical to the other car I'd been using already. So I don't know, maybe the cars don't matter as much in this one. Maybe I just need to read how it works.
I had no idea they weren't just cosmetic changes all these years.
Oh,
I didn't
well,
realize they actually made a difference to anything.
I don't know about previous years, but last time, having a smaller wheel made acceleration quicker, I think, usually, and stuff like that. And it was like, you could pick the three things you were picking, and the character you were driving with, and it would drive differently. There was some sort of meta where you could play as baby Peach, I want to say, in a buggy, and it was like the fastest possible way you could do it. And then someone found like a Waluigi one or something. It was all this stuff. I kept hearing people telling me like, this is the new meta build, and everyone will be racing in that online and stuff. Anyway, I don't know what it is at the moment, but going around I can't remember what it's called, the world mode where you drive around, that was interesting. Just having an explore. I've not done any of the games on that yet, but I saw some. Well, I had a look on one where you had to kind of get the blue coins before the timer went off.
Yes,
but I did the touring mode where you're just kind of endlessly driving through the maps, and they all can connect to each other, and that's so cool. I love that you could just kind of hit the road, drive non-stop, and you're basically doing like a 6-lap race, but you're going through 6 different tracks or 5 different tracks, and then knocking out the bottom 3 people each time. That we've been enjoying that, although my kids find it extremely stressful. They're a bit like, they'd rather do a GP where they do like 3 laps and then finish and they get their score rather than be cut off at a certain point in a race. I feel like the battle modes are a little bit restricted. I don't know if we touched on this last week, but there's only 2 modes at the moment, and I'm like, are they going to extend this later? Is there any rumors of them planning to extend this stuff? It's literally the coin one or the balloon one, and I just thought that's a bit slim, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know what was the other offerings on the previous ones. 'Cause,
They had
that's
Cops
it,
and
that
Robbers,
It
seems
seems
which
like we've found the guy who plays battle mode on Mario
My
Kart.
kids
We
love
didn't
it.
know
My
all
kids
along
love
it
it.
was Sheepdog.
They had a Cops and Robbers thing before where everyone had a piranha plant on their back, and you went around trying to catch the robbers, and you send them to jail, and then you could, if you got there quick enough, you could like unlock the prison and let everyone out of jail. And yeah, it was, my kids liked playing it. It was fun. I feel like they should bring that back if they're not planning on it already. It's been fun anyway. I'm really enjoying it. There's lots of cool things that I've discovered in it or seen in it, and they've got this like food thing you can do where if your character hits this packet of food and you use it, it turns them into a costume version of that character, and then you can unlock that for future races. So I've got like Yoshi in a swimming suit, Yoshi in a fast food suit, Bowser in two different suits, like terrain and biker, I think it was. But that's cool. And yeah, I don't know. It's fun. It's Mario Kart. It's got the usual kind of stuff, and yeah, it's enjoyable. Like you, I started looking at what other things I could play on there. I realized that I never really got far with Cult of the Lamb, so I started playing that again, a bit more in anger this time. And I think I didn't not get it before, in that it's not hard to understand it, but I don't think I really got into it before. And I played it a lot more than I did. I'm just cracking on with it. I feel like a couple of my people got annoyed with me, which is probably just part of the fact that I'd left it too long or whatever while I was going off exploring. And I need to kind of figure out how to get them back on track. But ultimately speaking, it's, yeah, trial and error. It's learning. It's fun. It's a laugh. I seem to be hacking my way through all the different creatures. Doesn't seem too hard to fight in at the moment. I'm sure it'll scale up eventually. But yeah, it's fun. I'm sure everybody has. Yeah, most people have probably played it by now, as I was trying to say. But if you've got a Switch 2 and you haven't played it, it's available on there. So I mean, I already had it, but you can get it on there, and it's good. I didn't like the fact I had to unregister it from Ollie's Switch and then register it to mine with that virtual cartridge thing. I don't remember having to do that before. It just checked whether he had it on his console and then let me play it if he wasn't using it, or vice versa. But this time I had to go and get his Switch from upstairs again, and then unlink it. And I'm just thinking there's going to be other games along the way where I'm going to want to play it. I'm going to sit down and play it, and it's going to tell me I have to go upstairs and find his Switch and unlink it again. And I'm thinking that's such a weird, clunky way to do it. Like, it even says, "Oh, if you've sold the Switch, you're going to have to contact support and stuff like that." And I'm thinking that's really convoluted. They haven't thought that through at all, have they? Like, forcing us to have to go and find other devices to unlock it. You would have thought they could have just unlocked it. It just said, "Oh, that one can't use it anymore," or whatever. And then the next time that one goes online, it will disable, because people aren't mad enough to keep their thing offline forever, surely. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, they're the two things I've been playing mostly. I'm really missing Expedition 33. I'm almost considering playing it again on New Game Plus mode, because I read someone did that and it only took them like 5 hours because they just skipped all the cutscenes and stuff. And I thought that would probably be worth doing just to get the rest of the achievements. But I'm missing it. I need you to start messaging us games like that, Pab, so that I can play them.
Like what? Sorry.
Expedition 33. I'm just saying.
You
I'm
want to
missing it
find you
still.
more games like that? French?
Yeah, basically. French, yeah. What was I going to say? I did, when you just mentioned Cyberpunk, I thought I could probably sit at my computer and play that. At some point, I've got that on my PC, and I've never sat and done it. I don't really PC game at the moment. I know it's good. I'm not against it. I don't really sit at my computer at the moment.
You can ride a motorbike shirtless.
Yeah, but that's how I spend most of my days.
What, riding a motorbike?
Yeah, shirtless. The neighbours hate me. But no, that's my lot. You two can crack on with what you've been playing.
Where are you riding your motorbike for it to upset your neighbours?
Just revving it on my driveway. What's wrong with that?
Obviously, yeah. Because you can't. Yeah, okay. I get it. I understand now.
Straight away. Like, what were you thinking?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I thought he might be like riding it to places, not just revving it on his own driveway.
What, with his neighbours?
Yeah.
Well,
Straight in the back patio in the conservatory.
Yeah. He's just
Yeah.
looking for his shirt.
It's got that little ramp through my windows and everything, just making a little obstacle course for myself.
Anna, what have you been up to?
I played a new game yesterday.
A new game?
Well, then, by
New
Jove, you should
game.
tell us what it was.
It was MindsEye. MindsEye.
Oh, okay. Okay, great stuff. Great stuff.
I played it for the evening and I haven't come back to it today.
Is it
Oh,
rubbish?
Not rubbish. It needs an update and the update hasn't come out. And you can tell. So I was going through it, didn't quite understand what was going on at first. But basically you're an army guy and you were linked like in your brain with a drone. And that was like your speciality. Everyone's got like these chips in their brains and they all do different things, and his was a drone. And it was really weird because I thought it would be like they're like on a it seemed like they were on like a hostage trying to get someone, but they weren't. It was very strange. Basically they went down into like a chamber, like a like ancient Egypt kind of thing, and he went down into this chamber, went through. As he got to like this big room, there was this big metal thing. Didn't do anything, it's just this big metal contraption, and the wall was the far wall was shining, so obviously he flew over there, and as he looked at it, the light took over his drone, like you could see like the digital kind of weirdness going on with his drone, and his drone went ballistic and basically I think killed the rest of his group. I'm not quite sure because it kind of like he was having a fit and then he blacked out, and then it came up with like 3 years later. So he has a chip in his brain, and he starts work at a company as a security guard, and people are a bit weird about his chip because his chip is like a relic of the time before, because now everyone's got chips but they're all doing different things, and they have like lenses in their eyes that give you like the weather and news and stuff like that. So yeah, I was playing it. And what happens is you start having visions of other people's lives as you're going around as you're like just going around, and like you go into these portals, and then you are living somebody else's life for a mission of sorts. I've had different ones. I had a hostage situation. I had another one where I had to blow up this gang's cars. And then I had another one where I had to operate some robots to stop the robbers getting away. It's very strange, and I don't understand why I'm doing it. But as I was playing it, I was going, because like it's broken. The game needs an update. There was supposed to be day one, there wasn't one. It broke up, like it did that grey screen thing where it goes error. So like I just sent it over. It's not exactly pretty. Like there's bugs like everywhere. There's like popping, and people aren't being people. They're being like little wormy. Their arms get like really long and they look really bizarre. And
okay.
I nearly, when I'm not playing this game ever again, basically I had to do CPR on a guy, which is fine. And you ask your link, which is in your eye, to like help you. And basically, all I had to do was press L2 and R2 as the circles got to the middle.
Yeah.
Could I do it? No, that it was like if you miss like 3 of, I don't know, the 15 circles, the woman would go, no, he's gone. And I wanted to throw my controller. And then not even that, after you had done the compressions, then you had to move your cursor up and down while he was breathing in his mouth. And I know it doesn't sound hard, but it wasn't registering your inputs. It was just, I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, because it's not that hard pressing 2 buttons as the circles go by. I've done rhythm games all my life. This was not working. I've been online, people are saying they're doing it 40 plus times, but it's so hard. It is the hardest thing I've ever done in a game. I nearly just I can't be doing it. It's giving me anxiety because I can't do it. There is no skip button. Like, I even messaged him. I was like, please put a skip. I cannot revive this guy. I just cannot do it. Like, there's no way to move forward if you can't do it, and it is so hard. But I was just playing it last night. I was going through it, and it's like it's nothing special really. What did I get? I got a little drone, and I went through some air ducts, and I've done this before. And then I was doing some chasing, and I've done this before. So I turned it off, and then before I went to bed, I reinstalled Saints Row, the newest one, because I'll have more fun with that. I'm having more fun with that than I did with the 4 hours of that, and now Saints Row is now fixed because I couldn't play Saints Row back in 2022 because I got to a mission and the mission wouldn't work. I could not get it to generate what I needed to do, and literally just before I came on here, I got it to work. I think it was the mission where I couldn't get the mission to tick over. It just would not progress. I think I've got it to work, but yeah, I'm just going through Saints Row. Saints Row is fun. It's more fun than MindsEye at the moment. They need to patch it very much so. Like, even people have said, like, yeah, where's this 1 day patch? There isn't one. Saints Row is just mad stuff. It's just like, because they're not the old Saints Row. It's like a prequel kind of thing. They are just like a group of friends, and then they start the Saints Row at this church, and then you have to obviously just do a normal thing, take over areas of the map, but by doing things like being on top of cars and shooting people, going to restaurants and giving them 1-star reviews. So like the people come out who go to them places like the Marshalls or the Idols, and then you have a fight with them. If you can give it a 4-star, but so like your fight won't be as hard, but if you put it to 1 star, it's like the hardest, and I'm just getting him down with my gun, because your guns can be upgraded to do all special weird things. I can hit people now, and I have like fire that comes out my fists, and I have this other gun that has like a dumbbell on the end, and basically just punches them really hard. And if I don't punch them, the chain keeps going and then pulls me. So you have to make sure like you punch people, or you're gonna get hurt. So there's like a payoff if you hit them, because it's quite a good punch that it does. Yeah, I'm just going through it. Like you've got a wingsuit, and you do like these weird like espionage kind of things with your wingsuit, and you have to take out all these people and like radars, and it's just it's silly stuff. But then I like to go around and take the pictures, or go into the dumpsters and rubbish dive for 20-carat diamonds that apparently are in there, and I'm like, yeah, or just a cool hat. So you never know what's in the bins, but I do like the bins. The only things I don't like is like these places where you have to like learn the history, and I'm like, I don't care that much about your city. Just give me the treasure. But I'll do that. But yeah, you can decorate your church place that you've taken over. Obviously, I have a massive chicken in the middle of my church in the atrium kind of thing. So it's a massive ceramic chicken. Outside I have a shark saying hello. I have a tarantula. I have a cannon sitting there waiting to take out people. But I'm having a lot of fun with Saints Row because they finally fixed it. I have all the DLC was on offer, so From it was like the season pass was like £12. It's down to £4 at the moment because of the days of play. So yeah, fun times. More fun things are Gears of War is now coming to the PlayStation, so that's gonna be fun. Gears crossing over with Xbox and all that gubbins. That was fun to see. And there's like a Persona revival that I told Kevin about. So Persona 4 is being rejudged, like just being done like again, but for consoles. So Kevin had a look with his eyeballs, didn't you, Kevin?
I did.
He did, but he said he probably won't play it. Like he didn't play 3. I don't know why. He goes on about Persona, but he doesn't like to play the rejudged things. He likes the old style.
They're a big commitment. You know, it's 80 to 100 hours for a Persona game. It has to be perfect.
But some of these games that Rune games that you're playing, they're big games.
But I can make soy sauce in that.
Eat soy sauce in the games. But yeah, no, there's nothing on the horizon for me at the moment, so I'm just gonna do what I said at the start of the year and just finish some games. So I think I'm gonna finish the Saints Row because I was having fun with it, and then probably go back to these other games that I just have scattered around. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on MindsEye because I did like what it was. It needs its update. Because like we said, it's got people who made the made Hitman and GTAs, so it's got some good talent. It just needs a bit of stuff in it, because like I kept looking on Metacritic and there was nothing. And I don't know if there's any Metacritic now because I haven't looked today, but even yesterday after 6 o'clock there were no reviews whatsoever. So
I don't think they were given review copies out because of the they were claiming, I think one of the developers, I think I read, was claiming that Rockstar have paid people off to start to basically be negative about it. You're like, yeah, all right, all right, if you say so. If you say so.
Know.
That's a load of nonsense. I imagine.
It's nothing special. It's nothing I've not seen before. Like everything I was doing, I've done these things before. I could write this. Like you go and find this woman, but her name is something like is a guy's name, and you find out and she's a woman and she's a whiz on computers, and you're like, yeah, I've seen this before.
I mean, it always looked all right from the cinematics, but like cinematics can do a lot for a game. When it comes to playing, it could be a bit ropey, and the fact that there didn't seem to be any sort of coverage on it at all.
I only ever saw it. What was that? Goodness me! I only ever saw it advertised on Facebook. That's the only time I ever saw it like being advertised at me. Maybe because they know what I like, and that's the only time I ever saw it.
I mean, advertising is one thing, but there was no coverage from any press or anything to say. And there's like that kind of had me going, well, what? Because you don't know what it never showed. No one ever saw like the gameplay of it, of what it was you were doing or anything, and no one ever reported on it. No. And then that like coming up to like all the SGF stuff that went on last week, and like there was something it was popping up saying like pre-order now and get a free upgrade to the deluxe edition. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Surely you want people to buy your deluxe edition. I was like, are they just panicking to get more pre-orders under the door sort of thing before people realise what it actually is?
Who knows? I don't even know if there was a deluxe edition when I signed in.
Yeah, there was.
I've got it digital. I did have it ordered physical, but I wasn't going to get it until Thursday. And I'm thinking, well, it comes out Tuesday. Why am I not going to get this till Thursday? But then Kev said if he bought it now, like the day before, he would get it Wednesday. I'm thinking, what is happening there? Why are you
Amazon being mad? That's what's happening there.
It's so weird, but I got digital, but as I was doing digital, I didn't find a deluxe version. It just gave me everything, because you know how like you go on the store and you'd go on it and it would say select edition.
Yeah.
There wasn't a select edition. I just got the game, and then when I downloaded it, everything else downloaded with it. So I don't know what the thinking is, but I'll just keep, like I said, keep an eye out.
Worth keeping an eye on if you do fix it, because.
And the cars feel floaty as anything. Oh my god!
Right. Okay.
Floaty like nobody's business. And also, I don't know why, but it goes because like you're in like this digital where everything's like digital and everything's got data, and it goes, right, it should take you 2 minutes 30 seconds to get to this place. So I'm like, why are you putting a timer on me getting somewhere? Nothing happens if you go over the time. I'm thinking that's just data and stuff that you don't need to give a player, because why?
I would very much like that data. I like that when I'm reading a book on my Kindle and it tells me how long it'll be until I finish my chapter.
Oh my god! So you like the fact that it will tell you again?
Yeah, it analyzes my reading speed and is like, "You've got 6 minutes left on this chapter," and it's always there at the bottom of the screen. It's great.
Well, I don't care for it. I don't care for that kind of data, but yeah, I have it. So, like, I did for about an hour go down the rabbit hole of trying to get a refund. I was like, I can't play it, especially when I got to the reviving of the guy. I was like, I can't be doing with it. I can't do this stupid thing because it is not fit for purpose. Like, oh my god, it did that bit did annoy me, and I don't really get annoyed with games. I just normally just put them down and go away. But this was getting on my nerves because it was button pushing, and I can push 2 buttons, and oh my god, I did it. Like, I got through it because obviously I got further, but oh my god, that was that was so infuriating. And there's people online going, yeah, this is harder than Dark Souls and stuff like that. I was just like, which I was chuckling at, because I've played Dark Souls once and I'll never go down that rabbit hole again. So yeah, just gonna play with Saints Row because it's just stupid fun, and sometimes you just need some stupid fun, and yeah, I like it. I enjoy it. So that is what I've been doing. Yeah, that's your lot from me.
Good okay.
What have you been playing?
What have I been playing? I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've predominantly been playing Mario Kart. I've not even done tons on Mario Kart. I just checked on my Switch to see if it shows you how long I've actually played. I don't know. It doesn't tell me yet. I want to say maybe between 6 and 10 hours, maybe at a push.
In like 6 days.
Yeah. I did all the races like Kev's done. I've done all the races to get the credits sort of thing. Just on the lowest levels to unlock some characters, do some different bits and pieces and what have you. That seems fine. The thing that has not annoyed me, but is troublesome, shall we say, is the multiplayer. Had anyone tried to play multiplayer on it? I don't know if you have.
No, I'm nearly
online.
I can't play that anymore.
online stuff.
Can't you play it anymore, Kevin?
Too old.
Got you.
Too old.
I haven't yet. No, I've only played it on multiplayer in person.
No, it's I imagine in person is considerably easier. Like, so if you're playing online, so I was playing with a friend who has a Switch 2 as well with Mario Kart, and we were like, right, how do we like just party up sort of thing, and jump into some online stuff? And it's like, okay, great. So he created a room for us, which is okay. That's what you'd expect to do. Create a room. You'd find him online and just join his room. You're like, yeah, okay, great. But then that's just a private room with just us two in it. And if we want to race or anything, it then just puts bots in the game. You're like, well, no, I want to like party up, and then we'll just join a matchmaking, and we'll play in regular online. That's not a thing. You can't just party up from base. I could be wrong, but I spent a lot of time both of us tried to spend quite a while trying to figure out what you need to do. Apparently, it's not a thing. We looked up some forums, and maybe it's not. People aren't happy about it either. But what you've got to do to get it's just pure, pretty much hitting the button at the same time and hoping you get in the same game. It's insane. Like, there's an option there for you to like join friends. There's like a friends tab on the menu, and you click it and you go, oh yeah, I can see them there. They're there. They're in a game. You go to join it, it's full because it's getting battered at the minute. And you can't get in. It's 24-player game. You can't get in it. You can't get in with them. I join a game. I'd like literally join a game. I'm the only person in it for a split second. I go, right, go now, go. And then by the time they've loaded up, it's full. It's full again. So you can't get in a game with anybody. So it's like really like we ended up just not doing it in the end, just doing free roam, just wandering around the map on our own. But we want to play the game with friends.
Yeah.
Nintendo have just not had the forethought to think like they've not made a party system, and they just assume people will just be able to go. Just like, I don't know if they just have an understanding of like how popular this game is going to be, which is find odd because considering Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was like the biggest selling game possibly ever. But like they just aren't seeing the fact that I assume they just think, well, you click to join your friend, you just click your name on, you click your friend, and then just click join. You're like, it's easier said than done, though, Nintendo. It's easier said than done because you can't ever get in a game. And we spent like a good half an hour just spamming the button, going join full, join full, join full. Start again, join full, join full, join full. No. Just you can't do it. The one time we did do it, we were like, well, we're in Grand Prix now. We can't play the other mode that Sheepdog was talking about before, where the elimination one. We can't leave this. We can't leave now, else we'll spend another half an hour to an hour trying to join the same server. It was frustrating to say the least. So yeah, I've played a fair amount of the free roam stuff. I've done a fair amount of the challenges per se. As well, like Sheepdog was saying, there's numerous like blue buttons around in the world, and you ping them, and it's like collect these certain coins in a certain time, go through these certain rings in a certain time, do other little bits and pieces. I spent a fair amount of time doing one where you had to do some wall riding. Have you figured out how to do the wall riding, any of you? Because it took me a while.
I think it's pressing up, isn't it? Something like that.
Well, you kind of like
It's
just have
not
to
when
like
you just like grind like you're on a skateboard.
Well, you can grind on rails, but you can also wall ride at certain points.
Oh,
And it's like pretty much if you get enough air, like if you get like enough of a jump up off the floor, like, and you can kind of like angle yourself toward the wall, you'll just kind of start wall riding, just kind of driving along the walls. But you kind of have to do it like with like your right trigger, like kind of. Is it right trigger to do like the jump sort of thing? You kind of like jump it at the right timing on like a ramp and angle it towards the wall, and you will just do it. But I only got good at it through trying to do one of these challenges where it insisted on me doing like a grind into a wall ride, into another grind across, and then off a ramp. It took me a long time to do it, but I've now figured out how to do it and what it wants you to do. But it was interesting trying to figure out that to do. I've not got all the costumes. There is a big list of all the costumes, all the different characters you can unlock. So I'm not really going to try and go for that. I'm just going to play it as and when I get to it. I sort of think I'll just play a few and try and unlock some characters. Like Sheepdog was saying, you go around and collect different meals, and different meals unlock different costumes as well. So there are multiple meals at certain places you can get, and you're going to want to get all these different meals to get all the different costumes and characters. So,
who are your go-to people you drive us?
It's a good question.
The cow.
I
No,
thought you
because
might be the cow.
the cow doesn't have costumes. I don't think.
The
It was
cow on a
Peach.
motorcycle is
It was
all I'm
Peach
interested
initially,
in.
and then
I've
I got
always touring
Daisy. So
Yoshi.
I did Daisy, and then there was Toadstool. Have you done like touring Toadstool? Yeah, touring Toad is like it's a touring outfit, the one with like the race helmet and what have you, and all that sort of thing. Am I right?
On Yoshi, it was just a white Yoshi that I thought looked pretty cool.
There's one that's like there's like a race outfit where they're like wearing like a helmet and like a racing like suit and what have you. And the Toad one is just like he's supposed a helmet on top of his like mushroom head, and it's just massive. It's just huge. It's just a huge like helmet on top. It's just really it's like a bobblehead. It's really weird, but yeah, I've just kind of just been playing them. Because I open the map up and you see all the characters on the map, don't you? You can see it. You can like work your cursor around the map, and you can look at each character, and you can see how many outfits you've unlocked for each of them and how many costumes there are. Donkey Kong's got one, which I found odd that Donkey Kong had like his base outfit and one costume.
He famously just wears a tie most of the time. He's probably
Yeah, I
quite
know,
hot,
but
yeah.
you'd think they'd have more considering they're having a game with him coming out in a month's time. You thought they might have like put a bit more into him. It could be. You're right, and there will be stuff in this game. There'll be a lot of stuff added to this game. I'm quietly confident based on the previous one. So yeah. Other than that, I've played a good couple of hours of Welcome Tour. Welcome Tour is something. I don't hate it. I
played 3 minutes of it and turned it off.
You need to play more. I would say that you didn't get to the FPS get mini game. Then did you?
I didn't do a single mini game.
There you go. See, that's where you're going wrong. You need to play some of the mini games. The mini games are all right. The mini games are all right. I did the one with fireworks with the HDR. You can turn HDR on and off. Like a firework display. You can see how the colours look differently. That's interesting. I did spend a lot of time on the FPS mini game because you had to get 5 correct, and I kept getting 4. And it was like because it's like initially it starts off with like watch the ball go across the screen and bounce across the screen, and is it like 20 FPS or 120 FPS? And you can tell the difference. And then it goes, is it 40 FPS or 120 FPS? Yeah, okay. No, it's 30, 40, 60. And it's like either 60 or 120 then at that point, either or. For the rest of them. And I could not, like, at a certain point, I just couldn't distinguish it enough between 60 and 120. So it just kind of came to a bit of guesswork at the end. But I did eventually do it. I spent a long time doing that for some reason. But yeah, I don't hate it. Like I say, I don't hate the wandering around the little switch, doing the quizzes. The quizzes are easy. It's like it's very simple checklist stuff, to be honest with you. I just like going through the checklist and going, okay, I've done this bit, I've done that bit, I've done that bit. I'm just checking off the checklist that's on the side of the screen. Yeah, I don't hate what I need to do, but like I say, I don't know how much further I can go with it because I've done both Joy-Cons and the actual Switch console itself. Now it wants me to go to like the grip and the camera and the things that like I haven't got. The Pro controller I haven't got. And it's like asking you to do these things. I was like, I can't right now. So
isn't the Pro controller the same Pro controller of the Switch?
No.
But you can use them on that, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
you can. That's what I'm using. I'm using the Switch 1 Pro controller.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm thinking I'm not overly bothered about getting a new one right as it's week. So it's one of them things that I will get one eventually, but maybe when there's some different colours of it, maybe we'll see. I've played a little bit. I've only played maybe half an hour of Tears of the Kingdom just to see what it looked like, and it does look considerably better. It looks better. It runs better. But because it's that type of game where it's like I don't remember. It's been like probably at least a year, maybe 2 years at this point since I've had a proper look, go on this game. I don't remember what I'm meant to be doing, and I don't know the controls. I don't know.
I mean, it's a Zelda game. I imagine you're meant to be doing a pointless puzzle and getting bored of it.
It's one of the things where I kind of like started in a camp and I was like, I don't recall what I'm meant to be doing. I have an overall arch in what I remember what I had to do, because I remember I got to the second dungeon and I needed a certain resources, and I went to go and get them resources, and I never went back. But then I look on my quest list, and I've got like 10 side quests of things. So I just happened to run into someone doing it that I needed a side quest doing as I was at this camp, and I went, "Oh, right, I'll start with you then. This is where I'll go forward. I'll start here." But yeah, it looks better. It runs better. And yeah, it seems to be okay for what it is. Other than that, that's roughly it, really. There's a new season of Fortnite. There is a new season of Fortnite out. The Star Wars season is over. If you've been avoiding the Star Wars season because it's just laser guns and lightsabers.
I'm a massive Trekkie. I've been all over it.
Well, you should have been, yeah. I know you probably would have been, but the new season, Chapter 6, Season 3, I think it is. Superman. It's superhero based again. Superman's in it. The new Superman from the new Superman film. And you have there are some superhero kind of tech where you can like the pulse gauntlets where you can fire yourself into the air and zoom across places, and scanning goggles where you can scan the area for enemies and stuff like that, and some new interesting some different weapons again. We'll see. It seems all right for what it is so far. Nothing too egregious as to broken or anything like that as we stand. Like I say, we're a week in, so time will tell on that one. I'll continue to play it and let you know as and when I get annoyed and stop playing it. So, and that's my voice going. So I guess that's time for us to wrap it up, Kev.
Well, that's exactly what I'll do then, little fella. If you would like to handle us on the internet, boys and girls, you can do that at Mgukpodcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo.
You can find me at Sheepdog6K.
I miss Lelujo.
And Pab 1986.
And we will, well, me and Anna won't, them two. We'll see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, folks.
You're welcome, Pabby.